All the top light heavies in the country now buying jean shorts. We're thinking, okay, we might have a chance in jean shorts, but look, no, Benn Whittaker, fantastic performance on the weekend. You know, you just look at a fighter and you just think, they just got it, haven't they? They've just got it.
They have, but they
special.
don't. Hang on a minute. They've got it. He's got it. He's got it in droves.
In droves.
Handsome, articulate.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant fighter.
Yeah.
He's been in an Olympic final. What the hell was he doing on Saturday night on his debut? Dancing around
What's
there.
wrong with that?
It was overboard. He turned his back on his opponent. He did the shuffle. He walked sideways.
Hamed did that in his debut.
No, listen. Benn Whittaker doesn't need to do that. He's too good to be doing that. It upset me on Saturday night. I was watching it from the studio. I wanted to see clean, clinical. I didn't want to see any clowning around. It upsets me. Why has he gone to Barcelona? Why has he gone to Barcelona to get a tattoo?
Let's bring him in and ask the questions. Benn, see, I'm trying to stick up for you here, Benn. Gareth's having a go because he thinks that you can't showboat and have a bit of fun in the ring. I think when you're as good as you are against that level of opponent, you can take the mick a little bit.
Hey man, I respect you for backing me.
Sorry,
But,
I got
well, he obviously doesn't respect me.
Nah, I got you, Benn. Don't worry.
Nah, 100%. At the end of the day, you got to go in there with the right mindset. It's business, but it was my first fight since the Olympics. I just wanted to enjoy it, take in the atmosphere, and at the end of the day, I did what I said I was going to do, get the knockout, and that's what I did.
Was there a bit of a nervous adrenaline, though, making you do that? It's not what you learn in the amateurs to showboat, is it? Because the leash is off. I thought it was overboard. You and I had spoken in the week before. You know, I think you're an amazing boxer, and I can't wait to follow your career and cover it. But I just thought it was overboard, Benn.
You know, it's one of the floats there, Bo, but me as a boxer, I box better when I just have fun, you know, and the first round I was having a bit too much fun, but I really enjoyed it. And like I keep saying, at the end of the day, I got the business done. The worst thing would have been if I did all that and I lost, wouldn't it? So,
was Sugar Hill not saying that to you in the corner at all?
Sugar Hill loved it.
Oh no, Sugar loved it.
He loved it.
I sat down after the first round. He said, "You've had your fun. You've frustrated him now, and you've got him where you want him now. Go out there, set him up, and put that right hand there, and the finish is there." And that's what we did. So
we're going to see this every fight? Are we going to see you doing this every fight now?
No, definitely not. You have to go in there with a different game plan with every fighter, but this type of kid, it just made sense. Frustrate him, get him a bit annoyed, make him fall over his front foot, and the shot was there. But whoever the next opponent is, we look at their style, we look at their weaknesses and strengths, and then we play it off like that.
Ben, what's the year been like for you? It's taken a long time for us to see you in the ring. You've gone through so much in terms of you being the hottest prospect, and we know DAZN wanted you, Sky, everyone wanted you. You're now doing what you want to do more importantly, which is just fight. It must have been a frustrating year, but also now a good year that you're in the ring.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year for me because after the Olympics, I got my surgery done. Then, like you said, everybody wanted me. Then I was finding my coach. So a lot was going on, to be fair. But I'm just happy I'm back in the ring now. And the main thing now is just to keep active and just keep getting the fights in because I'm only going to learn under those lights.
Gareth told me when he spoke to you that you think you can do 168 or 175. I look at the 175 division over here and look, some people might say they might fast track you, but I look at it and it's pretty steep, isn't it? There are some really good 175 pounders. Can you make 168? Because I look at you and I don't see where any extra bit of fat is on you to make 168.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. It's one of those. I probably could make it, but how long could I make it for, you know? And we're in this game for longevity. So people like Sugar, who's been around it, he said, listen, you might be a little bit light for 175 right now, but you can build up into a big light heavy. And it's better to get the rankings now, the experience now at light heavy. And then when down the years, when you've got all that experience, it will pay off.
You're a smart man, Benn. You know, we've spoken about this. You've got to learn to walk before you can run in the pros. Yeah. But, you know, let's throw it sideways here. What's the tattoo, first of all?
So it's just a bit of anime. So I already had the tattoo done. And I had to finish off the other side. And watching it back on Sky the other day, my leg looked a bit patchy. So I said, I can't have that for the next fight. So I'm going to have to finish it off. So it's finished now. So no more tattoos for me. And I can just chill out and focus. But I'm back Thursday and I'm back in the gym. So
what does it depict? What does it depict?
Anime, so a bit of cartoon manga.
But what's the symbolism of the anime?
It's just to me, it's just I look at them and I've grew up with them. You know, it's people like Goku and things like that.
I,
Mhm.
It's yeah. So when I look at it, they all have their own little stories in the anime. Like it's a lot of hard work, sacrifice. It's just like real life, and you never know. In a hard fight, I might look down at my leg and go, you know what? If
yeah,
both people,
And he's got a string of women's names down his arm. Do you know that?
we've got a couple.
Yeah. Um, they're slowly being crossed out, unfortunately. But the I've got to ask you this as well.
Mhm.
24 to 48 hours time, I'm expecting something to be announced. I'm going to ask you straight question, top of your head, Benn or Eubank?
Oh, good one. I really like Ben. I'm good friends with Ben, but I just think Eubank's too big, man.
Yeah.
The only way he'll win if they put this clause in where he can't get too big and he's drained at the weight. But either or, it's a great fight for the legacy sake, and I'm stuck in the fence a little bit. But I think the man who should do it is Chris Eubank, just for what he's done, who he's fought, and his weight.
You know, when you look at the 175 pounders out there now, and
Yeah.
I touched on it earlier. If you want to stay there in sort of 12 to 18 months, they're going to be asking you to fight those guys, so they are going to fast track you. Do you look at some of those
Mm.
guys already and think, that matchup could be favourable for me in a couple of years' time?
Yeah, 100%. Since a young kid, I always look at who's in front of me and who's behind me. So before I was even a pro, I was looking at those type of kids. So I put it all in the database. So whenever that moment arises, it's there. Do you know what I mean? And I'm a person who I'll happily call people out. I'll happily fight whoever. So it's however my team want to do it and my promoters.
Who's the number one 175er in the UK?
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one. I think just on what he's done, you have to say Boetsi. He's not really done anything wrong. He's won all the fights he's supposed to do, and he's in a position now for the world title. So that's my guy for number one.
have you
When they
sparred
said
him?
Yeah, I've sparred him so many times, too many to count on hands. I sparred him leading up for his Olympics. Then he came back and sparred me for my Olympics. So we've sparred so many rounds, it's crazy.
when Joshua Boatsi, we're talking about, British Ghanaian, beautiful man, beautiful boxer, tough as old boots, an Olympian and a medalist himself, of course, in Rio in 2016 in the light heavyweight division as a bronze medalist. When he steps into the ring with Anthony Yard, what happens and why?
Oh, that's a firefight because Yard, he hasn't got the best feet, and neither has a Boatsi. But I just think Boatsi's a bit cuter in those situations. His hand fences are a bit better, and he can bang. But you're
Got a
not gonna
great
look at
chin as well. Got a
yeah,
great chin as well.
bounce off him. But you never know in those small little gloves, anything can happen, and Yard can hurt as well. So, but I just think Boatsi's got a bit more experience and he's a bit more of a polished fighter.
Ben, do you understand? I'm sure you do, but I've got to ask you, do you understand the pressure that you're under? Like, everyone just expects you to become that guy. Like, I look at you and I was thinking,
Mm.
as I was watching you on Saturday, I was thinking, you reminded me a bit of James DeGill, not in your style, but in that
Yeah.
everyone looked at James kind of the Olympics like, James is going to be a world champion. And I feel like people
Mhm.
look at you like that, like he was going to be a world champion. And,
Mm.
from that stage from now on your debut to become a world champion, I mean, that it's difficult terrain.
Same
But we always
arrogance in the
expect,
ring as well.
very
Same
arrogant,
arrogance in the
very
ring, and I
arrogant.
mean that
Yeah.
as
Both of them.
respectful
Yeah,
arrogance,
yeah.
by the way.
Well,
I do mean it.
they just know
Yeah.
they're better than their
Yeah.
opponent.
Oh
Yeah,
no, he's
yeah.
so talented.
I remember
Yeah.
when James DeGill beat Paul Smith in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And just went up there and bashed up British champion Paul
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Everyone expects you to do that, Ben.
Yeah. The good thing is with that, it's a lot of pressure, of course, but that pressure, it makes me want to get up in the morning, makes me want to work hard. And if I didn't have that pressure, maybe I would slack off, you know what I mean? But I've got this weight on my back, got this target on my back, and I love it because I want to prove everybody right and prove all the doubters wrong. So to me, it's just an extra boost, if you want to say.
Right, big one now. Alexander Usyk, Anthony
Yeah,
Joshua, the
yeah,
sequel. We know it's an awkward rematch, and Anthony didn't leave
yeah.
it all in the ring last time. How does he beat Usyk this time?
I've said it many times. I just truthfully think this fight is a game of mindset. Me being a boxer, being in Anthony Joshua's position, after that first fight, you kind of go back to the drawing board and think, what could I do to beat this kid because he's so silky? And then being in Usyk's position, he probably thinks that was an easy fight.
Mhm.
So going into the second one, there's a bit of complacency coming. There's Joshua's hunger coming. But I just think if I was Anthony Joshua now, you've got to use your weight advantage. you're a natural super heavyweight. You're so big, you're fast. Lean on him and show him no respect for the whole week. Forget all that shaking his hand and being nice to him. You can do that after the fight. Make it a real fight. Make it nasty in there. And I believe if he does that, he can come out with a win. But it'll be tough. It won't be an easy route.
Spoke to the middleweight greats last night, Gennady Golovkin, for half an hour with his translator, Konstantin. And I asked Gennady, it was the last question, and Gennady took it really seriously, gave me a really long answer. He said, I have never told people how they should box, what they should do. And all he said was, Anthony Joshua needs to find his wild animal. And if he finds his wild animal, he's got a good chance in the fight.
It's very true. And I think he's got it in him. He showed it before. He's just got to this is it. It's sink or swim, and just go out there and leave it all in there. And if he leaves it all in there, whatever happens, he come back and go, you know what? I did what I did.
I gave it my all. I gave it my all. Yeah, because he knows he didn't give it his all last time. That's why we were so disappointed, all of us. And he must have been 100 times more disappointed than we are.
Yeah. The first one, he was kind of stuck in between styles. It was, shall I go, shall I not? But that just shows how good Usyk is, because he made him like that. Where now AJ has experienced it once, and you just have to just go throw it all at him and hope one lands.
Ben, last question. If I was, interviewing you after the fight on Saturday, the first thing I would have said was when you out next, because I want to see you out quite a lot. There are no niggles. We never really know with boxers, little hand injuries. You're fine, aren't you? You are good to go again very soon, right?
Yeah. I'm luckily enough, I came out the ring with no problem. Good. So I've spoke to my team and everything. I said, get me out as soon as possible, just for the simple fact, activity is the major part in my first couple of years as a professional now, because when you get to that later stage with titles and things like that, I've noticed your career starts to slow down. So this first year, second year, activity, go all around the world, around the country, pick up different fans, pick up different experiences, and hopefully that experience will lead me into the right way of a world title.
Ben, really appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Gareth's desperate.
Let me just say one thing before you go to break. I'm just going to say, I think Ben should carry the ring cards around at the all-women's fight on September the 10th.
Hey, you know what? I think that's a good idea, man. We'll do it together, man.
No. You don't want to see. You don't want to see Gareth from his top off, Ben. It's a different level. We can't do that. Ben, enjoy your rest of your trip in Barcelona. We'll see the tattoo when you come back as well. Really appreciate you coming on.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.